Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be discussing Ant-Man and the Wasp, and this is your only spoiler warning, okay? So if you haven't seen the film yet, this video is going to spoil something in the film, but it also might be something you might want to consider looking for when you see the movie. So maybe you should actually watch this if you haven't seen it yet and you're planning on seeing it. I don't know, it's up to you. Okay, so there's a scene in the film. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it, but basically it's in the quantum realm, and let's just say somebody's there in a ship, and the ship is speeding away. And as the ship speeds away in this particular shot, which is maybe a 4 second long shot, for maybe a single frame, something comes into view. And during this shot, there's basically this wave of something like stretching in. It's kind of weird. It's like this like wave of energy is like stretching up and into the shot, and it's coming in. And I don't know what that's about. Like, why is that even happening? Like, isn't the quantum realm like a static thing? Is like when they turn off the thing, it loses its stability? Like, are they down to the wire? Is this thing gonna implode? I don't get it. I don't understand what that's about, but we'll save that for another day. They keep just throwing jargon around like, oh, we've only got a short period of time to do this, even though it took us 30 years to get here, and it'll be another century before it lines up again. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a city for one frame, maybe a frame and a half, maybe like a couple of seconds, not even a couple. Like it would be like 1 and a 15th seconds. There's a city in a bubble. Just in the like lower left quadrant of the screen. And maybe my eyes deceived me. Maybe my mind was playing a trick. Maybe it's like a Rorschach test. You know, maybe I'm like ink blotting and I'm just seeing what I think is a city, and I see lights and I see buildings in a bubble. But it, while blurry, seemed very distinctly city-esque. There were more hard angles and they looked like dark buildings in a bubble. Did you see this? Did anybody else see this? Please, I'm asking because I'm looking around on the internet and I don't see anybody having mentioned this at all. And when I saw this, the only like frame of reference I had comic book wise was like, this is like the bottle city of Camdor, but that's DC, so that's not what this is about. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what the wave is about or why that's stretching out, other than them saying that the quantum realm is collapsing somehow or something, for like it'll be outside of the reach of our dimension for 100 years. I don't know what that was about. Who cares? Let's just throw that question aside and ask, what is this? If this was real, if I saw this, it would explain where, the Wasp was living, right? Like how she got like food for 30 years. Unless she was like just scraping up proteins and eating those, I guess. I mean, is that even a thing? I don't. Well, at that scale, are they even edible? I don't know. How are they able to breathe there? It doesn't make any sense. But that's okay, because Marvel has a solution. They got this thing called the Microverse, right? It's this thing that apparently the quantum realm was renamed quantum realm, but it actually is a reference to the Marvel Microverse, according to what I've read up on the topic. And so that made me go down the rabbit hole of what is the Microverse. And it turns out it was introduced in a really old Marvel comic called The Sword and the Star. And they probably changed the name because Rick and Morty kind of referenced the word Microverse. They used it a lot. They probably didn't even know they were referencing something Marvel, because it's not exactly a very original term. But apparently Microverse has a bit of a history. It's got a map and everything. Like it's this like bounded together like looks like a chain of atoms or proteins or whatever, and you've got buildings and lands and worlds and like a sea city. The architecture almost kind of looked like the one in the sea zone more than it did in the first zone, the Royal City. This is a more close-up zone of it, but yeah, I like how the first zone is described as elegant spires rise high into the ochre skies. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. A city of beauty hiding the misery of the lower levels forever in darkness below. Now, that being said, that evokes memories of the city in Inhumans a lot, and I don't particularly like that it's invoking memories of that, because I feel like Marvel's adaptation of Inhumans was garbage. I mean, like, no offense, but it's bad when I'm looking at your logo and thinking I could do a better job animating a lockjaw. Like, that is sad that I, as an amateur animated. Well, it's not. I'm a professional. I've animated sprites in games that have come out and been released. So I can't say I'm an amateur. Still though, even as a professional game animator, I'm like looking at this and I'm thinking, dude, that's terrible. You did a terrible job with your lockjaw. You suck. Anyway, okay. So now, okay. Could they do Micronauts? Yes, I think they could. Assuming there was a city there and that was a thing and they want to actually do this. I don't know, maybe. I thought it was a promotion for a toy line originally. Maybe I'm wrong. If they do a Micronauts movie, I'm hoping and praying they do it more like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing, where they take the general foundation of it, the silliness of it, they embrace it and they have fun with it, unlike what the heck they did with Inhumans, where they're like, man, Medusa's hair is hard to animate. Let's shave it off in the second episode. There we go. That solves all of our budget problems of animating Medusa's hair. We've depowered her. We've made the villain more a guy to hate. And yeah, let's just have our silent protagonists like do fake sign language at the audience for a while. Not even real sign language, so we could do a wink and a nod for the deaf people out there who are watching, or people who know sign language, so that we can have like a kind of cool outreach type character, like, oh look, sign language. No, it's got to be some fake made up sign. Gosh, that was so terribly handled. Everything they did was wrong in that show. Every single thing. Anyway, okay, so I liked Karnov. That's it. I liked the scenes with Karnov. Those could have been, maybe if we had more of those. Maybe just do a Karnov show, guys. Anyway, okay, so Micronauts. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to get off topic. We're talking about Micronauts. We're talking about the Microverse. We're talking about this scene particularly where a ship is flying up, and as it's leaving, you got this big wave of rushing in, and then this city shows up for like one frame, maybe a couple, like a second and a 15th or something. I don't know. Did you see this? Did anybody else see this? Was this in my head? Was I imagining it? If I was just imagining it, please just let me know. I just want to know I was wrong. But I feel like I'm not wrong. I feel like I saw a city in a bubble. Did you see it? I'm looking everywhere on the internet. I don't see it on Reddit. I don't see it on anywhere. I don't see like any like video reviews of people like saying, "Oh, things you might have missed in the you try to look up like things you might have missed, and it's all people puppeting the exact same things. They're all mentioning the same things you might have missed in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I'm not seeing any new information, and it's bothering me. So, hopefully my putting out this video can start a conversation about this particular shot. Did anybody see in the lower, left quarter of the screen a city in a bubble? Please tell me you did. I just want to know. Did you? If you didn't, that's okay too. Maybe you looked, maybe after seeing this video, you went to the movie theater, you saw the scene where Hank Pym's like leaving with the Wasp, they're leaving in their ship, and the thing's, rushing in, and it's just a blob. It's just a black blob with some speckle on it, and it's not even a city. Maybe I just need to go back and rewatch it. I'm going to probably go back and rewatch it. But please tell me if you saw that. I just need to know. Thank you. That's the video. Bye-bye.